jumped a couple of slides there. So my name's Matthew Greentree, Managing Director of Ausgold. We're a focused explorer in the southwest of Western Australia, and we're looking at the Katanning Gold Project, which is in the southwest corner of WA. We've got a really experienced board of management, a significant land holding, so we've got a large resource base of 785,000 ounces, but beyond that we also have 4,000 square kilometres, so we've got control of the entire belt. The current resource itself, it's reasonably shallow, but it's open along strike and at depth, and we're working on a resource update which will come out in early November. So if you're looking at investment, it's a good time to look at Ausgold. Thank you. Just a quick corporate snapshot. Listed in 2007, 657 million shares on issue, and a market cap of about $18 million. The top 20 shareholders still control 60% of their shares. So still a very tight register. An experienced board. I came on as Managing Director about 18 months ago, and I'm a geologist by training, so I have a strong technical focus, and I've brought that along with me to the Ausgold story. So just a snapshot of the Katanning Gold Project. As I mentioned, it's got a large resource already of 785,000 ounces. We just completed a really significant exploration drill program. Over 25,000 metres of drilling, including RC, diamond and air core. And we're due for a resource upgrade coming in November. So we're putting a lot of work into the geology, and we're also not just bringing in that 25,000 metres of drilling, we're also leveraging off historic drilling that wasn't in the previous resources. So expect some things coming in the near future. Beyond our resource, we've got a big tenement package, and we have already started identifying a number of high priority targets in that tenement package, and I'll talk to more of those later on in the talk. There's already been historic mining here, so our actual resources sit on mining leases, so that makes the approvals process much quicker and much more efficient. So as we develop this resource into studies, we expect things to move fairly easily. It also sits on freehold land, so some of the native title issues you see elsewhere around the world are less so here. We're also sitting next to established infrastructure. We've got grid power to site, roads, and we're near to the town of Katanning, which is 3.5 hours out of Perth, so it's really close to established towns. So it makes all these things much easier. Geologically, we're really located in a very interesting province. Just in this southwest corner of the Yilgarn here, it's received a bit less exploration attention than other parts of the Yilgarn, but still hosts Australia's largest gold mine at Boddington, and also the world's largest lithium mine at Greenbushes. So in terms of geological endowment, it's right up there. And that's, I guess, the regional story that we like to portray is we're located really centrally on a very prospective part of the Yilgarn. It's received some less attention, but we've also shown that we've got a good endowment of gold with our large resource position, which is looking to grow. Around the resource, we've got 17 kilometres of direct strike extensions, which were identified through geophysics and geochemistry and drilling. So it's well supported, and we see some obvious places to go to. And regionally, we've already identified 46 target areas beyond in our 4,000 square kilometres. In terms of other commodities as well, we've been quite fortunate because we identified a vanadium play just on the western side of the project area. So not just gold, this area is also endowed with other minerals. So talking to the resource itself, almost half of it, 46% of it's measured and indicated already. We're looking at expanding that and also expanding the inferred resource using that large drilling campaign that we've just completed. Within the resource itself, you see that the Jinkers, which represents almost half of the resource, is sitting at 1.5 grams per tonne, or 1.45, but the measured and indicated part of that's actually sitting high at almost 2 grams per tonne. So there's a lot of potential to grow the resource grade, not just the ounces. So we're looking at improving the quality of the resource, not just the size. This is a long section view, so we're looking west. The main area, Jinkers, that I just spoke about is just located here. There'll be two takeaways I'd have from this slide is there's a number of places where there are gaps in the drilling, and we've gone to a long way in filling that, and I'll talk about Jinkers South shortly. But also down dip and along strike, we still see a number of areas where we can easily expand into, and that's what we're looking at doing is filling in these gaps, expanding logically along strike and down dip, and building a larger resource base. This is a long section, but much more zoomed in on Jinkers, and some of these grades here sort of inform you why we think we can improve the grade and the quality of this resource. Some very high grade material, and in the recent round of drilling, we intersected this area, Jinkers South, which is well outside the current resource area, including a hit of 26 at 6.6 grams per tonne. So we're starting to see that this has got strike potential, but also these lodes plunge and dip beneath the current mineralisation. So we expect them to extend along strike and down dip of our current defined mineralisation. So a lot of potential for near-term growth here. And this is just another image of Jinkers South, located here. This is the main Jinkers mineralisation. You'll note a couple of things. The main strike of the mineralisation is northwest, but these high-grade shoots sit more in the northerly orientation. So does this Jinkers South. So there's a growing story. As we understand the ore body better, we're starting to understand what's going on and can explore to that. And this is what it looks like. It's a broad fold with Jinkers here and White Dam sitting here. These two, which were apparently previously considered separate ore bodies, are actually the same ore body that's folded in over on top of itself. So it actually improves the quality because we've got stacking of loads here. So just stepping out a little bit here, this is our mining leases in here, and then the exploration, near mine exploration here. So we've got through air core and soils, and that's what these colours are. Shows us that we've got a broad trend of about 17 kilometres of mineralisation along strike here. We've also identified through soils that there's several other western trends, and we've identified geology that's very similar to the main trend here. So this is only 2.5 kilometres away, so we're expecting to see some more activity on here, and we'll commence an auger program in the next quarter to test this target out here and out here. More regionally, one of the things you can note here that there's this is a gravity image. You can see a gravity high and a gravity low. The gold mineralisation sits on that boundary, and on the western side here with this big gravity high is the Red Hill Vanadium project, which is a late intrusion complex. So it goes some way to explain why there's a gravity high here. But this is a boundary between the Boddington and Lake Grace terrains, and our understanding of this is really advanced, and so is our exploration regionally. So we've got a near mine story, very targeted, very clear direction we're going to increase resource and build that into a mining project. But also we've got a lot of regional upside. So this is a bit of a timeline of where we're going to. We've just completed more drilling at Jinkers South, around that 26 at 6.6, so those results coming soon. So an RC and a diamond program. We've got a resource upgrade coming in November, and we're also about to start this auger work on those western trends. I haven't really talked about, we've also got other projects at Yamana and Dulguna. Now we've just recently completed deals on both of those, and with a pre-carried interest in those going forward. And everyone in the room will say that you're undervalued, but I really think we are. We're sitting at about $22 resource ounce when you put it against the enterprise value. The average is about 56 for an explorer, so there's a lot of opportunity to create value here for any shareholders coming on board now. So just in summary, extensive land package, underexplored. We understand the geology, I think, better than anyone has in the past. We're moving quickly. I came on board 18 months ago, really driving this change and understanding and bringing in really good people to support that. We've got funded programs. We've got these strategic partnerships that are taking on board these other projects, and expect a resource upgrade November. All these assets are valuable and got real potential, and I think I hopefully demonstrated we're undervalued and a good investment. So thank you. Come by and see me, booth 11.